I booked my sister's 6th baby shower at the country club for over 100 guests, but I never paid the deposit and I never showed up. My sister called me 8 weeks ago while I was giving myself a hormone injection for my 4th IVF cycle and said, "I'm pregnant again and I need you to plan the shower." This was baby number 6. I'd already thrown and paid for showers for babies 2 through 5, and they got steeply more expensive with each party. I set down the needle and asked if she really needed another shower when she already had cribs and strollers and enough baby clothes to outfit triplets. That's when she said it. "You wouldn't understand how important this is because you're not a mother, but every baby deserves the same big celebration." I stared at the bruises on my stomach from 3 months of fertility shots, while she explained that this shower needed to be even bigger than the others, with a gender reveal and custom cookies, and at least 100 guests because her husband got promoted. When I suggested maybe we could do something smaller this time, she started crying about how I was ruining her pregnancy. 20 minutes later, our mother called to tell me I was being selfish with my money when I didn't even have children to spend it on. For 3 weeks, my sister bombarded me with demands. She wanted macarons shaped like baby bottles and a photographer who specialized in maternity events. She registered for a $2,000 smart bassinet, even though she already owned 3 regular bassinets gathering dust in her garage. When I pointed out that she hadn't used half the gifts from her last shower, she accused me of trying to make her 6th baby feel less special than the others. Every text started with, "If you had kids, you'd understand," or "as a mother of 6," or "since you have all that free time." Then when I was in my bathroom doing my evening injection, my sister texted to tell me that I needed to change the date of the shower, and the date she demanded was the day of my egg retrieval. I stared at that message while holding a needle in my bruised stomach, realizing she knew exactly what she was asking me to sacrifice and didn't care, and I'd had enough. That night, I made my decision. I called the country club and booked their grand ballroom under her name without leaving a credit card. I designed beautiful invitations with gold foil and sent them to all 123 people on her list, including her husband's boss and his entire accounting department. I created a detailed party schedule with a timeline for games, gift opening, and the gender reveal, then emailed it to her saying everything was perfect and I couldn't wait to celebrate baby number 6. The day of the shower, I was lying on a surgical table at the fertility clinic with an IV in my arm, counting backwards from 10 as the anesthesiologist prepared to put me under for my egg retrieval. At that exact moment, 123 guests were arriving at the country club to find an empty ballroom with no decorations, no food, no host, and a furious staff demanding someone pay the $5,000 venue minimum. My cousin texted me the play-by-play later because she couldn't believe what she'd witnessed. The manager kept asking my sister for a credit card while she insisted I was supposed to handle everything, her voice getting shriller with each denial. My sister's husband screamed at the staff about bait and switch scams, while his boss stood there holding a wrapped gift and visibly regretting his decision to attend. The elderly relatives from my mother's church had to sit at the bare tables, and one asked if everyone was supposed to bring their own food these days. My mother frantically called my phone, which was locked in a recovery room locker, while telling everyone I must have been in a horrible accident because she would never do this to family. My sister stood in the center wearing her rhinestone mom-to-be tiara and the $600 maternity dress she'd bought just for this shower, mascara streaming down her face as she told anyone who would listen that I'd sabotaged her because I couldn't have babies of my own. One yoga acquaintance asked if this was performance art before leaving. Meanwhile, I was unconscious while a doctor retrieved 14 eggs from my ovaries, my husband in the waiting room, both of us praying that maybe this time we'd finally get our one baby, while my sister's 6th baby shower imploded into the social disaster of the year. That evening when I woke up properly from the anesthesia and could finally check my phone, there were over 300 messages. My sister was threatening to sue me for fraud and emotional distress. My mother called me a disgrace. My sister's husband used the word barren like a weapon. But my sister's message was the most telling. "I can't believe you would do this to my baby." Not to her, not to the family, but to her unborn 6th child. She also forwarded the country club's legal threat that they'd sent to her demanding $5,000 within 72 hours. I was still groggy and cramping from having my ovaries punctured when I typed back, "I chose my future children over your unnecessarily complicated party. If you'd ever actually had a planned child, you would understand." I blocked every single family member and deleted the group chat. When my husband drove me home, he asked if I wanted to talk about the messages, but I said no. I wanted to talk about what names we might pick if one of our 14 eggs finally became our baby.